In this video, we're going to talk about NVDA. If you have been thinking about getting into a stock of any company, then of course, I'm pretty sure NVDA is on your radar. And why is this one important? Why should we be talking about it now? Well, if you had NVIDIA just 2 days ago and you bought it at the lowest point at about maybe $100 or so, you would have made close to 20% at this point, at the point of this recording. Now, at the closing of today, NVIDIA actually closed around $117, but after market hours, NVIDIA is up to $121. And like I said, if you bought it just 2 days ago, at the lowest point, assuming you were able to time it right and get in at the right price, you will be up almost 20%. Now, this is the power of investing. Now, the truth is, can you get in at that actual price, or could you have timed it just right? The truth is, it's not really possible. I mean, I bought a few shares, but when I bought those shares, I actually bought them around 110, 111, and that was really it. I didn't time it right myself. And the goal isn't to time it right. The goal is just to see value in what you're buying. And this is why it is so important that before you make any purchase of any company, always sit down to think and look at how this company has actually done over time. That's one. Look at the prospect of the company going into the future, in the sense, how do you think this business and the way the company is being run is likely to generate better income over time, whether it's through good product that is being made, whether it's through the services that are being provided, whether it's through the use of their products. And in this case, it's NVIDIA. All these top tech companies out there, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, all of them are somehow relying on the GPUs that are provided through NVIDIA. And the truth is that over time, there's the big projections that these companies will continue to do. I mean, Microsoft was actually stating that they would likely continue to rely on NVIDIA GPUs into 2025 and beyond. And that is to tell you that, if these companies are heavily relying on the product that are being made by NVIDIA, then there is a lot of prospect in the company. Now, you can call it all AI hype. Of course, that is one of the reasons why NVIDIA actually dropped significantly in the past 2 days, and all tech companies in general, because a lot of money is being spent on this artificial intelligence push, but they aren't really getting the results just yet. So they're investing a lot of money in the systems, designing their own systems, they're designing their own hardware or designing their own product in this artificial intelligence push, but they are yet to start reaping the rewards. And you have to understand something. Just like how companies were heavily investing in internet back then, a lot of people were saying, well, maybe that's not really the thing to be investing in. Another recent one is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. A lot of people would mention that, that's something it's almost like impossible for people to use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. But guess what? Bitcoin is now around $64,000 or so at the recording of this video. And if you had invested sooner, you are probably going to be making a lot of money at this point. So the point here is, when it comes to the first movers of any market, of any industry, of any product, there's always the naysayers. There's always the chance that people will doubt the long-term prospect of that product or service. But if you believe, remember, you don't have to invest in NVIDIA. You don't have to invest in some of the companies that you find out there unless you believe in them. Now, I believe in technology. I understand that technology is the way to go, especially over time with the way things are going. Technology is so important, and artificial intelligence, based on the information that is readily available right now, has a lot of room to grow. And because of that, a company like NVIDIA that is designing the hardware and mind you, NVIDIA has been in this game for so long. And AMD, by the way, AMD is another good one to look at. And they actually reported good earnings yesterday, which again, that's another topic for another day. But the point here is, if you are somebody that you're looking for the ability to maybe earn some money and hopefully invest in a company that will make you money over time, then you should definitely be considering it. Now, don't take my word for it. do your own research, do your own due diligence. Know that everything I'm sharing here is just, hey, I just love to talk about this stuff. That's why I'm sharing on this channel. If you found value in it, go ahead and do your part and of course invest in it. Currently, the price sits, like I said, after market hours, $121. The next resistance likely would be around 124, and I'm just looking at my table here. It's around 124. So there is a chance that tomorrow, as long as there isn't any dynamic or significant change in trajectory right now, NVDA could reach 124. Now, that doesn't mean that you should go all in and think, oh, I'm just going to put all my money in because I want to make quick money. That's not the goal, and I wouldn't recommend that. But if you can dollar cost average on a regular basis, that is what I do. I didn't really get into NVIDIA before the stock split, to be honest with you, because by the time I was looking at stock, it was already so expensive. So I waited patiently until they did the stock split, and then I'm now dollar cost averaging into it. Now, you can always go with the ETFs. Hey, we always talk about ETFs, exchange traded funds. These are baskets of funds that holds different companies. You can always buy them. Examples would be VO, VTI, and there are some ETFs that are actually specific to AI companies. And you can always find this. If you need an example, leave me. If you need me to point you in that direction, of course, ask in the comment section below. I will be able to respond to you. But if you do not want to have to deal with the time of sitting down with these things, because if it's not something that you're really interested in, do your own due diligence, buy an ETF and just set it and let it just automatically invest in those ETFs over time. On the other hand, if you like the idea of following a company and investing in it and understand it comes with the risk of losing money, because companies do change, sometimes they make bad decisions, sometimes they are not profitable, and that would often affect the ability to keep producing and making money over time. Know that that is the risk you have to be able to bear. On the other hand, if you can, take the chance, take the risk, if there's no, they'll say that no risk, no reward, right? And this statement is so true with investing in stocks in general. So I hope that you would continue to do your own work. You would continue to invest and invest in your knowledge. Knowledge is so important in this as well, because if you are not aware of some of the, say, investments like stocks or ETFs that are available to you, and also aware of when to buy them, maybe when to sell them, then that can also cost you some money. I mean, I've made my own mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm still learning every day. And, I come here to share what I have gathered so far. In the meantime, I hope that you found value in this one, and I'd love to see you in the next one.